Hello, it's James Carroll, James Guitar Lessons, and I had a question, and actually I just passed this up, so excuse me for 1 second. I had a question about some average chords, so we're going to go ahead and stay on that topic today. Yesterday we went ahead and looked at bar chords and how to go from one bar chord to the next smoothly. So, okay, this is it right here. Okay, and I can't remember who it was that asked this question, but that is one wanting to learn how to go from A to E and then from D to G. So A chord is the A chord that we're going to do, and I might show you a few of them, but the 5th string is open. The 4th string, you have your, how I do it, is I use my middle finger and I put that on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. On the 3rd string, I put my 1st finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, the G string. And then on the 2nd string, I put my 3rd finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, the B string, and then that bottom string is open. That's an A chord right there. Now, if you're very beginner, I would not suggest you do it this way. I'm not saying not to practice this way at all, but I always suggest you go with what's easiest. And the easiest is just take one finger and put that on bar 3 strings. So you're going to have the open string, and then you have the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th string all on the 2nd fret, 1st string. And then that bottom string you don't hit. So that's what I suggest if you're just first starting out. It's easiest. So that's what I would suggest. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do it the hard way, or I guess you could say. And then the E chord is simply the top string. Actually, this is called the bottom string, open. And then the 5th string, I have my 2nd finger, 2nd fret on the 5th string. I have my 3rd finger, 2nd fret on the 4th string. I have my 1st finger on the 1st fret, 3rd string. All other strings ring throughout. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that all your strings. Oops, see, I just hit my thumb on that. You want to make sure they're ringing throughout and that you don't have any buzzing. Now, most likely you want to start out with some buzzing with this A chord, and you probably want to find it very difficult, but you want to make sure that you're not too far to the fret. You want to make sure that you're pushing down all the way on the strings, that you can hear that it sounds good. And then same here, you don't want to be too close to the fret. See, got a buzz. You want to make sure that your hands are curling properly, that your hand is curling properly over the strings, so it's not touching anything. See, my 3rd finger here is hitting that 3rd string, so I just curl it up. That's how you make your A and your E chords. Now, let's go ahead and go from one to the other. Now this chord, this progression, this to go from one to the other on this one, it's kind of hard. Okay, I've done it so many times, and for me, I can do it transition kind of quickly. But when you're first starting out, like I said, I would suggest you do that. And power chord might be best. Power chord. E to A. The power chord is just simply, you would have the A open, you would have your 1st finger on the 2nd fret, and then 2nd fret, 4th string, and maybe the 2nd fret, 3rd string. Move it up 1, and then you got the E. Those are called power chords. That would be an A5, that would be an E5. Neither are major or minor because we take that element out. but for this sake, okay? And so it's kind of hard. You might have to go slow. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, if you're having trouble switching and keeping the beat of a song, what you can do is we'll keep that 4 rhythm going again. So let's say I'm having a little bit of trouble going from the A to the E or vice versa. I can simply do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So I can actually just kind of skip a beat and do my own little thing there. And I would also suggest that for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's more creative. Whenever you take a song, if you're learning a cover song, if you're going to do a cover of a song, I always suggest that at some point you put your little thing in there to make it your own little unique song. That way you don't sound exactly like the band you're covering. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the D chord. The D is pretty easy. The D is, I have my second finger, second fret, first finger, I have it on the second finger, second fret, first string. My first finger, I have it on the second fret, third string, the G string. Now my third finger goes right there on the third fret, B string. And I hit the D open. That fourth string, I hit it open. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit that fourth one open. And again, you want to make sure everything's sounding correctly. You don't have a buzz. You have a buzz, it's either coming from you're not pressing down hard enough, or you're probably just too close to a fret. Like, okay, so I move my hand. You see how it shifted? So I move it, and I want roughly in the middle of my frets, my fretboard, roughly. As you can see, that's not like even close to being middle. And if you have to, also, don't be afraid. Take your finger, take your other hand, and pull your fingers apart. That's normal when you're first learning chords. And after a while, you get so used to it, you won't have to do that. So, and do the same thing if you have to, the A or the E. So, that's the D. And then he wants to learn to go from the D to the G. So, okay. Now the G is very simple. All you have to do to make a G chord, put your pinky on that first string, third fret. So you go from this note to this note. Okay? And then you remove your first and second fingers, and then your second finger will go on the third fret, that last string, and then your first finger will go on the second fret, the fifth string. And then you, okay? So you got the third fret, second finger, you get on the last string, on the fifth string, first finger, second fret, then open on the fourth string, open on the third string, G string, and then you have the third finger on the second fret, B string, pinky on the first string, third fret. And so let's do the 4/4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now, as you notice, when I went from the G back to the D, I had to completely remove all my fingers off of it. I doubt if anybody could actually just keep their fingers on there. Maybe you can. If you can, go for it. And so, again, you can use the same maneuver. Let's say you keep the 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and what you do is you use that extra beat and to take your fingers off to go ahead and apply on the D string. So that's what I would personally do. Now, you can also play an A up here. Okay, and that might be easier for you than this. So this is just simply, this is an A, the second position, and you're barring it, so it's a bar chord. So, and on this one, you would have your first finger on that last string, 5th fret, your third finger on the 5th string, 7th fret, the pinky on the 7th string, on the 7th fret, 4th string, and then the middle finger would go on the 3rd string, 6th fret, and then you're barring the both the 1st and 2nd strings on the 5th fret. And so that's all for today, and then I will be back tomorrow and we'll probably go ahead and talk about more chords. I had a question about what an open chord is, so we will probably look at that tomorrow. I'm not 100%. But again, this is James Carroll, JamandJamesGuitarLessons.com. You can also look me up on Facebook, James Carroll, Jam and James Guitar Lessons. And go ahead and look me up on Facebook, and go ahead and follow me on YouTube. So, okay, thank you very much. All right, bye-bye.